The 2018 World Junior Championships kicked off yesterday in Buffalo, New York. We're going to take a look and review the first day's action and results. And that's coming up next. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. On this channel, we review and analyze all 31 NHL teams as well as international tournaments with an unbiased opinion. So if you love hockey, hit that subscribe button now so you don't miss anything. Alright, so let's jump in and recap the first day's action of the 2018 World Junior Championships. Now we had 4 games on the schedule. 2 of them were really close, and 2 of them were pretty much what you'd call a blowout. Sweden beat Belarus by a score of 6-1. Belarus only managed 9 shots on goal. So that wasn't very much work for Gustafsson in goal for Sweden. He made 8 saves on 9 shots, but it did allow the 1 goal against Team Belarus. Now for Team Sweden, we had rookie phenom Rasmus Dahlin, who's expected to be the 2018 first overall draft choice, making his debut in this tournament. And he had a pretty solid game, recorded 2 assists. We also saw top prospects Elias Anderson and Elias Pettersson both play well for Team Sweden, both putting up a few points on the board. So Team Sweden looked pretty dominant in their first game of the tournament. Obviously no surprise here. Belarus, oftentimes does have a pretty competitive team, but not surprised to see Team Sweden totally dominate and win this game. Now the next game, which was also a major blowout, was Team USA just not even really totally dominating Team Denmark by a score of 9-0. Denmark didn't really get much of anything going on the board and really just could not come anywhere close to competing with Team USA. Team USA started goaltender Joey Wall in the net, who recorded a shutout in the opening game of the tournament. Now Team USA had many players putting up some points. Kiefer Bellows and Casey Middlestat recorded 2 goals each. We also saw players like Kailer Yamamoto. Who else got on the board here for Team USA? We saw Harper, Peak, Jones, and Sandberg also getting goals yesterday for Team USA. So they look pretty dominant. They're obviously on a mission to try to repeat as gold medalists. And I know yesterday the competition wasn't as high as it's going to be, but they certainly looked like a pretty dominant team in this tournament. So Team USA is off to a flying start. We'll see if they can keep that up. Now yesterday really only saw one upset. A bit of a surprise. The Czech Republic defeated Team Russia by a score of 5-4. And actually, even though if you didn't see the game, it might sound like it was a lot closer than what it was, but at one point, the Czech Republic was up by a score of 5-2. The Team Russians had to come back, and they scored 2 late ones. They scored 1 goal with a little over 2 minutes left, and then they scored another one in the final minute or so, I believe it was, to make the game close at 5-4. But at one point, the Czechs were up 5-2. So this Czech Republic team is probably a little bit of an underdog. It probably didn't have as much credit coming in. I know yesterday I certainly assumed Team Russia would probably pull out the win. I'm a little bit surprised at Team Russia here, but you know what? Maybe it was a good wake-up call for them. There's still lots of games left, and we'll see if they can crawl into the playoff round and maybe squeak out a win. I mean, once you get into that playoff round, it's win or go home. So you just never know. And we've seen some shockers and some surprises before in this tournament. So obviously the Czechs look pretty good. So maybe they'll have to we'll have to keep a closer eye on the Team Czech Republic. Now, a couple of players to mention for the Czechs is Kral ended up scoring the winning goal, and Martin Kaut ended up with 3 assists. So he was pretty solid couple of forwards there for the Team Czech Republic. So the recap here was Team Canada versus Team Finland. Team Canada pulled out a 4-2 victory, but this game wasn't without some controversy. The opening goal of the game for Team Canada was scored by Boris Kachuk. If you haven't seen the goal, I will find a highlight clip to place in the description so you can take a look at it. And obviously make sure you leave a comment and let me know, do you think it should have been a goal? Now it did end up counting. It was called a goal on the ice, and they did review it quite extensively, and they could not find a reason to overturn it. So basically, just to give you a quick summary here, is Boris Kachuk basically went through 2 Finnish defensemen, ended up breaking away, got himself alone on goal. As he dangled around to put the puck in the net, he ended up knocking the goal off its moorings, so the net came loose. Now the puck, if you watch the replays of the puck and the overhead and the net cam, the puck did cross the line. The goal was, I don't think there's any doubt, the goal was off and was loose before it crossed. It basically went off the net, off the goalie, in behind the goalie, and slid through and did cross the line. So if the goal would have stayed on, it wouldn't have come off. There probably wouldn't have been a whole lot of debate. I mean, I wouldn't have been totally shocked to see Finland try to challenge for goalie interference, because as Tkachuk went in, he ended up going over. He basically tripped over the goalie pad and took himself into the net, which took it off. But in this case, I don't think you can't say goalie interference, because he dangled around him and put it in. It's just he tripped over the pad. I mean, he didn't stop him from making a save. He was already down in his position. He wasn't going to be doing anything further to save that puck. It's just unfortunate that he tripped and ended up taking the net off. But it did call it a goal. I know there was a lot of Team Finland fans that were not happy with this call. I know the Finnish bench was quite upset about it. And I have seen some other comments on the other preview videos and whatnot, that I made just in the last couple of days here before the tournament started, talking about this. So certainly leave some comments down below. What did you think of this play? Should this goal have counted or not? Carter Hart was pretty solid for Team Canada in a goal, even though Finland did get 2 goals. One of them came on the power play. So for the most part, I don't really think you could say Carter Hart didn't really have a chance on either of the Finnish goals. So he was pretty solid for Team Canada. So I think Team Canada has to be pretty confident in goal going forward. For the most part, their defense played pretty solid as well. Victor Mede ended up being player of the game for Canada. He did a great job at rushing the puck and getting that puck up the ice. He was certainly emerged as probably their top defender as far as puck-moving defensemen go and getting involved in the offensive play. Cale Makar certainly, I think, played a solid game from the offensive side of things as well. I think Canada is certainly quite gifted on the back end. As we mentioned in the preview, goaltending and defense is going to be the catalyst here. So getting on the score sheet for Team Canada was obviously Boris Tkachuk, as we just mentioned, with the controversial opening goal. We also saw goals from Taylor Radish. We saw a goal from Sam Steele on the power play, as well as Drake Batherson. So Team Canada certainly scored by committee up front. Their defense did a great job at moving the puck, and Carter Hart was pretty solid in goal. Now for Team Finland, they did get a couple goals on the board. Alexi Heponiemi scored for Team Finland, as well as Henry Jokiharju. But now the other point of controversy that I didn't really think was overly controversial, but I know some people did, was later in the game, we saw Team Finland thought they scored. The puck was going into the net, and a Canadian defenseman, Cal Foote, who's a really big boy, 6'3" I think he is, he just basically dove out and swatted the puck out of the net. Now, he did not close his hand on the puck. His hand was clearly open, and he swatted it away. The puck appeared, in my eyes, to be right on the goal line. I know some Finland fans thought the puck went in, or they thought it should have been a penalty. Now, just to clarify, the only way that would have been a penalty is if he closed his hand on the puck. Now, you're allowed to touch the puck with your hands in your own zone in a defensive manner, as long as you don't close your hand on it. His hand was clearly open the whole time as he swatted it away. So there's really no infraction there. I guess the only argument would be if you thought the puck did cross the line versus not. We saw several overhead reviews, net cam reviews, etc. Personally, I didn't see how it crossed the line. It looked like it was right on it. If Cal Foote wasn't so tall and had that long reach, he probably would have been a split second too late, and the puck probably would have at least had a better chance at crossing the line before he got there. But he definitely saved a goal for Canada. That would have made the game obviously 1 goal closer. Would have potentially changed things a little bit, gave Finland a little bit more momentum, and you never know, may have changed the outcome of the game. So obviously we're talking a little bit more than about Canada, Finland, and the other games, but only because there's been a couple of moments that were deemed controversial and a little bit more worthy of discussing. So certainly leave some comments down below. Did you have an issue with either the Cal Foote save or the Tkachuk goal in the very first goal? Let me know what your thoughts on those goals were, or goal or no goal situations, because there's certainly lots to debate around those situations. And obviously on this channel, we want to have a community that discusses in a friendly manner and has lots of hockey talk here. So obviously those are situations that we could debate all day, whether or not they should count, not count, whatever. So I want to hear your thoughts. There's lots more World Junior action coming up today, so we'll be back with another recap video tomorrow. discussing all the action that goes down today to see what everybody thinks so we can have another discussion. So if you're not already subscribed, please consider doing so. We love to discuss hockey here, and we like to do so in a friendly manner so that everybody can get their thoughts and opinions out there and have a nice hockey community where we can all share our thoughts and opinions. Thanks a lot for watching. Make sure you leave lots of comments and share your opinions, and we'll be back tomorrow with another recap.